Hi everybody, once again you are welcome to my YouTube tutorial, and in today's video we'll be talking about HR data analysis. I've done something similar to this, which is employees, but today we'll be talking about HR data analysis. This is just going to be a basic to a mid to advanced tutorial. And there are so many things to learn from this analysis. Either you are a beginner, either you are an advanced user. There are so many things to gain from this. We are going to be learning a lot from this. We are going to be knowing the total employees. We are going to be seeing the male, female, and also their percentage. We are going to be looking at the average age. And we are going to be looking at service year, people that have served for 0 year, and we are going to be looking at department, salary by department. As you can see, let's say salary by department, and you are going to see salary by department. Now, people that have served for 1 year, you can see human resources have 2,500 per month, and researcher have 4,400, and sales have 5,800. And what about people that have already served for 10 years? You can see their salary, you can see the total employee, you can see the male, you can see the female, you can see the average age doesn't change. Then you can see service year 10 years. You can see we have 120. Education by marital status. You can see people that have married, they have more education, they are more educated than single and also divorced. Employee by job role, you can see sales executive, we are having 37. Research scientist, we are having 22. Then we have laboratory technician, we are having 17. Manufacturing diagnosis, we are having 16. Then healthcare representative, we are having 11. Manager, we are having 6. You can see. Then we are having research director, we are having 6. The human resources, we are having 5. These are more and more for you to be. These are more and more that you will learn from this tutorial. You can see job satisfaction. We have people that are satisfied with their job that are just not really satisfied. Low satisfaction, we have 42. High satisfaction, we have 41. The medium satisfaction, we have just 37. You're going to be learning a lot from this. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to open a Power BI. Then once we open a Power BI, I'm going to be teaching you how I did this background and this design that we can as well kickstart our own. Please, if you find this video useful, please, if you find this video exciting, please subscribe, please comment, please like the video. This will always encourage me to do more of this video, and as many that are looking for something to learn, they can as well benefit from the video. So please, if you come across it, like the video and as well subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you are new to this channel, what we do is we build visualization around data using Power BI. Using Microsoft Excel, we have tutorial on SQL, we have tutorial on Python, and we're going to be introducing a Looker Studio dashboard soonest. As many of you that would like to learn how to visualize data using Looker Studio, we have a video tutorial on that as well. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to open our Power BI, and I already have my Power BI opened, so you just have to open your own Power BI. Then the next thing we are going to do, we are going to click on blank report. So we click on the blank report and we have our blank report open. Then from there, we are going to get our data. So we're going to click get data for us to get our data. So we'll allow it to open. Then from there, we can as well get our data from anywhere here, but our data is in test CSV. So we are going to click on test CSV and we are going to connect with our data, and we are going to download. That is where I have my own data. Then from there, I'm going to practice, then I'm going to HR, then I'm going to human resources, then I'm going to click OK. So that is where my data is. Then from there, we allow it to open. Then from there, we click start our ride. So once it's open, then we are going to load our data to Power Query. We are going to transform the data. We won't load the data directly. Since this is our data, as you can see, we have our delimiter. This is we have the delimiter in comma, but on a normal thing, our delimiter should be in tab. So when we use tab, you can see what we have in our delimiter. Then from there, we have up to, how many rows do we have? I think we should have about 30 something rows. So let's click on transform and let's see what we have by using a delimiter. I mean by using a tab, and we are waiting for our data to open in the Power Query editor. So we have it in a Power Query editor currently now. But the next thing we are going to do, we are not really having it in the right format. So we go to, this is home, then we go to splits, split by delimiter. Then we wait for the data. Then we see we have tab. Then we go to advanced. Then we have each column. Then we click OK. So let's see. As you can see, we have our data perfectly in the right format. Then the next thing is you go to view. In your view, you click this. Let me uncheck this. And when I check this back, it gives me my data quality for me to see. You can see we have valid 100%. So we have a valid data 100%. There's no error and we don't have an empty. Even though we have an empty, that wouldn't be a problem, but we don't have an empty data. So we only have a valid data. We should be more concerned about error, and we don't have any error data. So our data is 100% correct. So the next thing we should look at is, you can see we have column 1, column 2, column 3, instead of us having the right something. So before then, let's uncheck this. I'll go back to home. You can see we are not having any header on our table. We are only having a column. And this is not the right thing to do. Do you know what we do? Already we're in our home. Then we will go to use first row as header and we click on the first row as header. What does that mean? It's going to make this as the header. So that is what we got to do, and that is what we've done. Then the next thing we are going to do is we check the data type, and let's see if the data type are in the right format. As you can see, we have our department correctly done. Then we have our employee count done, correct format, gender, correct format, hourly rate, correct, job level, everything is rightly done. So the next thing we are going to do is we go to close and apply. So from the close and apply, we closed our data and we allow it to open in the power in the data module panel, where we are going to be visualizing and also analyzing our data. So we are waiting, it's still loading. We just give it some minutes for it to load. Then from there, we'll cut to start our full analysis. It waits under a minute, we should have this done. Then we are almost done from there. We're already done. So we have our HR data here already. That is a good one. Then the next thing we are going to do is we are going to save our work. Let me save as and go to browse this device. It depends on where you want to save it. So I'm going to save mine and I'm going to make it HR report. Because already I have HR dashboard, so I will not be able to use HR report. So I mean, yeah, HR data dashboard, so I have to use HR report. I click save and I wait for the name to appear. So the next thing I'm going to do is this. I don't want it as page 1, so I'm going to make it as a report. So I'm going to click enter. The next thing is I'm going to create probably let me put it in a form of a table where I'm going to keep all the mayor because I don't want the mayor to be among the data. So we click, we opened, then the next thing is we just name it as mayor, not more. Then we load, we don't have to edit, so we just load it. Then we have that perfectly done. Then the next thing we are going to do, we allow it to load. Then after it loads, the reason of doing this is because we just want to separate the mayor from the normal data. You can see this is the normal data that we have, and we just want to separate the mayor from it. So we go to new mayor, then we go to, just go to the mayor. Let me come back outside. This is the mayor. Go back to 3 dots, mayor. And I'm going to wait for the mayor. So I'm going to have it as total employee. I'm going to just shorten it. Then we're going to have our total employees as count rows. Count rows. So we go to count rows. Then we are having our employee HR, analytics data. Then we click enter. So already we have that done. Then the next thing is we are going to create the total male and female in the department. So we want to see the total male and female. So already we have this. We can as well just click new mail and we wait for it to open a new mail for us. Then we are going to name it as mail. So we have it as mail and equal to, so we're going to calculate. What are we calculating? We are calculating our total employee. Calculate total employee. Then what do we need in that total employee? We want total employee. Then we want our, one thing is, let me remove this back. You can see calculate. What is the first thing? Is expression. This is the expression, and this is the first expression we are given. The next thing is filter. Is filter. Then remember the expression has a comma there, so we put the comma. So when you are using mail, so you should read what you are using. It gives you an idea and insight to what you have to do next. So the next thing is we have our HR data. So which is our HR data analytics. So we want where our HR data analytics gender. So let's look for the gender. This is what we need. HR analysis gender. If we can find that, we can just as well just come back here and just put gender A2. Just put it out. So we have our HR analytics gender equal to, we are equal to what? Male. That is the only thing we need. That is equal to male. Then we close it back. Then we click enter. So we have our male already. Then the next thing we can do is you can just copy this, so we don't have to rewrite it from the scratch for the female. So we have this. Then we click New Mail to open. Then we are just going to copy this. Already copy. We are going to paste and we change it to female. So that is only what we have to do. Female. Then you come back to the gender. Then you make it female as well. So that is the only thing we just have to do. Nothing more. Then we click OK. Then already we have that done already. Then the next thing we are going to do is we need a percentage of male and female. So because we have to know what are the percentage of male, what are the percentage of female in the complaint. So we click no male. Then we wait for it to open. Then we just put, remove the male, just put percentage. Percentage of male, the percentage of male equal to, so we are going to just divide. So we are going to divide the male numerator. I know when we are using numerator, we use, when we are dividing, we put the smaller at the top. So numerator, we are having our male. So this is our male. Then we are dividing it, just put a common. Then we are dividing it by our total employee. So this is our denominator now. So we have our total employee, that is okay. Then alternative result, in case, this is what we did here. We are using divide. This is divide. Numerator is male. You can see the comma is here. Then the total employee is the denominator. You can see. Then alternative. Alternative means anytime you see something in this bracket like this, is just optional. You may put, you may not put. So we are putting the alternative, which is what? 0. In case it couldn't find anything, probably there is a missing number, probably there is, just give us 0. So we click enter. So already we are done with that. Then we copy this again. And then we go back to our mail. And we have our, we can just remove this and copy and paste. Then we just change it to percentage of female. So that is the only thing we just have to do. Then we also change this to female as well. Female, and we are actually done with that. Then we click enter. So we are done with our 4 KPIs. And before then, if we are going to create one more or 2, I want us to come back to column 1. From the column 1, just delete from model. Yes, delete. We don't want it. So you can see we separated our mail from our data. Just imagine we are having this data so long like this. And sometimes you may have up to 200, 400 columns and rows, and you are creating a mail within. How are you going to be able to find out the mail that you already created? So these are the major things that we have to do. Then the next thing is we are going to design our background. So we go to, let me close this, and let me close this, and we go to our background, and we are going to background. From our background, then we go to this. Then we are going to use this color. Let me see, that is what I actually use. Let me see, reduce it. If that is not what I use, already we go back, we can use something like this. Actually, let me see this. Okay, then we reduce the transparency, then everything is perfectly done. Then the first thing, the next thing we do is we go to insert. From the insert, we pick a shape, and we're going to pick this type of shape. And we make it here. We make the shape here already. And I'm going to have it here. Also here a bit. I can as well make it more closer. Then I'm going to format. Let's go to the three dots here. Go to format. And we go to fill from the format. Let's go to shape and style. Let's go to fill. And we are going to use something like this for the fill, as you can see. Then we go to the shadow. We are not going to use, let me see. We go to this. When you click out, you can see this is what we are having. And we want the color. Let's go to the border. We want the color of the border to be the same thing that we use. So exactly, that is just what we have to do. You don't have to do much from here. So when you draw it back, you're having something like this. So we want everything to cover up. So we are having this, and we just increase it a bit. Then we copy this. Then we paste. Then we turn it to the first one. We have it like this. So you can just put a little space. So we rearrange this, and we are having it opened a bit. So that is the first thing we are going to do. And we are going to copy this again, and we are going to paste, and we have it down. So you bring this down, but this will be long a bit, and I think somewhat wide as well. I think it's good. Then we have this in this aspect, that should be good. Then we'll move this forward, move this up, not really closed. Then the next thing we are going to do, we copy this, and we are going to paste. So we have this here, and before we have this, we have to reduce this a bit. We'll move this down. We still reduce this a bit. We'll move this down. This is just 3 something, so we can as well reduce this, and we move it down. Then we are going to copy this. Let me just reduce this. I'm going to reduce it to be like this. Just one. I only need one first. And the one I need, I'm just going to make it a placeholder. And this is going to be a placeholder for the rest. Something, so we are going to make it 4. So this should be as long as this. So we have that already sorted. And I'm going to have this copy. And I'm going to have it here. So then copy this as well. I'm going to paste this, and I'm going to have it here, matched together with this. Then the next thing is I'm going to have this copy, and I'm going to make it this exactly, closer, and I'm going to have it straightforward here, and a bit almost closed. I'm going to have this paste, and I'm going to reduce this, just two lines that we have there. So this is going to be somewhere around there. Then I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste. And I'm going to have this really up. So exactly. Then I'm going to probably reduce this a bit. Move it down, not really good. Then we have it down there. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to paste. I'm going to paste. So we have one here. We have another one here. Then we are going to have this. So we have this, we have this. So I'm going to be reducing it one after the other. So we have this reduce. We have this reduce as well. Then we have it here. We have this. Then we move this closer. Then we can just increase it to be as long as that. Then we have this to be as long as every long. So we have this already in that format. Then the next thing is we close this. Then I'm going to probably we should just make this closer to this part. Now this one doesn't want to. So we have that already, except if we move it closer here and we draw it a bit here. We draw it a bit here as well. Move it closer and we draw it a bit here. So I'm going to tell you what is going to be there. You can just imagine yourself. So we close this, we don't need this. Then we opened our mail, then we take our card. Then the first thing we are going to make is we'll put our total employee. We have our total employee here. Good. We're waiting for it. So this is our total employee. Then we are going to format. Come to the three dots and go to format. Then colored value, we don't need it. Colored label, then we go to our title, we put it on. Then we have our title as total employees. Then we centered. Let me turn it to white before I centered it. Then the next thing is I centered it. Then we go back here. We don't want the background. We remove the background. So let me go back again. Remove the background. So we remove the background. We have it here. Then we go back to our colored value and we are making it this color. And the next thing is we want to reduce it. We don't actually want, let's use 35 and let's see. So let me pick out from there. Let's go back and let's see if the colored value is actually 35. 35, that is good. So we have our total employees. So the next thing we are going to do is we copy this. Then we have it here, which is going to give us mail. So we remove total employees. We are going to put the mail. Already we have our mail. So we are going to somehow take this up. Then we are going to change the title to mail. Already we have it centered. We're still going to copy this again. We copy it, we paste it, then we are having it here. Then we are going to remove the mail, put percentage of mail. and we go back to this and we turn it to percentage. Then we turn it to percentage and let's wait. Already we have 600, but we want it in a 0. So let's turn everything to 0 and let's see. Let me check out from it. So we should have 60% now. And then we come back to, we don't need a title for this. We switch it off. Then we go to the colored label. We are making it black. Then we go to, and we are going to reduce it to like 15. Exactly. So we have this. Exactly. Then we'll copy, paste, because we are going to use it for the female. So we have this already. Copy, paste. So we have this here. And let's have this here. So then we are going to copy this. And we are going to have it here. Then we are going to have, remove this. Then we are going to have the female. Then we are going to just remove this up a bit. Then we change the title to female. Then the next thing is we come down to this and we turn it to remove male. Then we turn it to percentage of female. So we go back to, then we turn it to percentage. And that is what we actually need to do there. Then we have, we turn it to 0. Then we check out of it. We are going to create one more measure here, but I'm going to tell you what we are going to create. So we reduce this. Reduce this as well. Reduce this a bit. Then we just put it here. We have this already. And let's click out and let's see. 40%. We can just move this up a bit. So we have this. And please, let's save our work. The work has not been saved since we started. So we saved and let's see the time. It will change over there. So we have that already. As I've said, we have one measure to create. I will come back to do that. So we want to say salary by department. Salary by department. So we are going to pick this cluster per chart. And we have this here. We have this here. We have this here. This is salary by department. So we go to salary. You can see percent salary higher. No. So let's go down here. And let's go for the monthly salary. So we'll look for monthly salary. This is monthly rate. This is monthly income. So we have the monthly income. Then the next thing is we have departments. Monthly income. We have department. We have research. We have sales. So that's good. Then we go to size and style. We change the background. Then we go to monthly income. We just make it salary. It is monthly income, so just make it salary by department. Then we turn it white. Then we make it center. Then we go to y-axis and x-axis. For the y-axis, this is the title department. We don't need the title, remove it. Then the value, we turn it to white. Then the next thing, we go to the x-axis. We don't need anything about the x-axis. We remove everything. Then the next thing is go to our data label. So we on the data label and we go to value. First of all, we have position and we have outside hand. Then we go to value. And from the value, we just want to, we have it in display unit, we have it in auto. That's why we're having 0.4 million. No, first of all, let's try none. And let's see what we will have. No, and let's give it 8,000. So we are having 8,000. And I think that should be good. We're having 8,000. And the next thing we are going to do is we turn it to white. So let's go to the color and let's turn it to white. So we have that already done. Then I think we don't have to sort. It's already sorted. So let's just bring it down and we have this here. Then the next thing is we are going to do. For me, I would still like us to cover this up a bit. Let me see if I can cover it up a bit. Maybe I can just move it closer. No. So we can just leave it that way. So the next thing is we want to see our service here. Our service here, and we are going to create something to actually get the service here. Because in the service here, we can't just get everything like that. So the next thing we are going to do, we go to the service here and we are going to pick our service here and our total employee. Then let's see our service here. Let's go. Let's move down. So we have service here. So we don't actually have a service here. Let me see. Here in complaint. So that is if we don't have a service here, we just have to create a service here. And then how should we do that? Then I'm going to show you how we can get that done. So we create a new column and from there we get our service here from there, I think, because already we don't have any service here created now. So we go to, we need the year at service here, and for us to get the service here, let's go to transform. From the transform, we are going to create a column for us to get the service here. So we're waiting for it to open. Then we look for the year at service. Let's look for the year at service. First of all, year at service, year at service, year at service. Let's throw year at service. We are looking for the year at service for us to create the service here. Year at service. Here are the complaint. So this is what we are going to do. Already we have year had complaint, that is service here. So we click on this. Then we go to had column. Then we go to, we are not going to use a custom column. So let me see, create column from sample. So we create this, all column. And let me see, custom column. We want to create column from sample. Use example to create a new column on this tab. So we are going to use create column from sample, and let's see. Let's create column from sample and let's wait. So we have this. Then we are going to name it service here. So we name it service here. And let's look for, this is here at complaint. Then we are going to make it, this is going to be, let's come here. This is going to be 6 years. And let's click enter. And let's see, so you can see, we have 10 years, we have 0 years, we have 8 years, we have all those ones here. So we click OK. That is what we want to achieve. Then we go back to, we're still coming back here. So we go back to home. Then we click closed. Then after that, we pick our, the cluster bash. Okay, let's wait for it to load. Then we pick the cluster bash chart. That is what we are going to use. We pick this. We pick our cluster bash chart. And we bring it down here. And we expand it. Then we are going to pick our service here. Let's see, so we have our service here. And we have our total employee. So you can see, then we go to, let's go to our size and let's remove the background. First of all, we've removed the background, so we don't have any background. So the next thing we are going to do is we go to our title. So what are we going to name it? We are just going to name it service here. Or can make it employee by service here. So let's make it employee by service here. So we have employee by service here. So we're going to turn it to white. Then we are going to center it. Then we go to y-axis and the value for the y-axis, we turn it to white as well. Then we go to the title. We don't need the title for the y-axis. Then we go to the x-axis. Actually, we don't need both the title. And so the next thing is we go to our data label. Then we put on our data label. Then go to position. Instead of auto, we put it outside hand. So we turn it to, then we go to value to turn it to white. So we have this. Before we continue, let's save our work. And let's continue. Then the next thing is we go to these two tips. Now, when you put something on it, you see, we have service here, 1 year, total employee, 117. But we want to see by male and female. So we are going to pick male in the two tips. Then we are going to pick the female as well in the two tips. So when you hover it, then you see we are having service here 3 years, total employees 128, male 72, female 56. So that is what we actually want to achieve there, and we've achieved that. I will save our work again. Then the next thing we want to achieve is education by marital status. We want to see the educational level by marital status, so we still pick our cluster budget and we bring it down here, and we are going to reduce it a bit. Then education by marital status, so we look for the education. This is the education. Then we look for the marital status. Marital status. And this is the education by marital status. So we can see we have the married, single, and we have the divorcee. We remove the background as well. Then we go to sum of education. No, we just make it education by marital status. Then we turn it to white. Then we make it centered. Then we go to y-axis, the value. We only need the value for the y-axis. This is the title. We don't need the title. We remove it. And the next thing is we go to the x-axis. We don't need the value. We don't need the title. Then we put our data label. Then we go to position, and we are going to make it outside hand. Then we don't want it in thousand, so we go to the value display unit. Let's make it none, and then let's turn the value to white. So the next thing we want to achieve, we want to see the employees by job level. And when we come down here, let's come down here. Let me say first. And by the time you come down here, let's see the job level that we have. You can see this is our job level. And let me just try to put the job level. Let me use a table. And let me put a job level for you to see. So we have the job level in a table. So we have a job level of this. Now, let me put total employee, because they are both numbers. So we have to create a job level differently. So that is the next thing we are going to do. So let me remove this, and we are going to create the job level in order for us to find the total employee by the job level, people that are in level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, so on and so forth. So this is what we actually want to achieve here. Then the next thing is we go to our transform. Then from there, we are going to create another column like we did before. Level. And how can we go about that? The job level that we have here is actually, you can see we have the job level in numbers. So, and we can't really use it to achieve what we want to achieve. So we go to transform. So we are going to transform our data again. And from the transform data, we are going to create another column to do that, like the one we did for our service here. So we look for job level. Where can we find the job level? The job level, let's look for the job level. So we find the job level here. So this is the job level. We click on this. Then we go to add column. Then we go to column from sample. Then we click this. So we should have it opened from selection, from selection. Then we have it opened already, and we are going to need this job level. So we have this as job level. Then let's come down here. You can see. So we are going to have this as level 2. When we have this as level 2, and you click enter. Let's see what will happen. You can see level 2, level 1, level 4, level 5. So the next thing we do is we click OK. So we are actually done with that. And then we move back to, let's allow it to fully load. So we have it, and we have it in the right format, which is test. That is what we need. Then we go back home. From home, we close and apply. Then we wait for it to fully load. Then from there we get our employee by job level. We want to see each level of each employee. So we wait for some seconds. Already it's done. Then we are going to pick we are going to pick our cluster chart, column chart. Let's use this. Then we have this here. We reduce it, we place it here, and we also reduce it as well. Then we have this. Then we pick our job level. Let's look for the job level that we just created. So we have the job. This is job level. This is job role. Okay. Did I name it as job role? Am I mistaken? Did I name it as job role or job level? Either. We can just, let's see it first. Let's get back to, let me see if I'm having, then let me go to the total employees to see if we actually did the right thing. Job role, no. This is not job role. We have job level. This is job level. I think we created a job level. This is the job level. So we have the job level here. So we have level 1, level 2, level 3. Then we go to format. We go to format. From the format, so we are going to have, let's go to, first of all, let's go to background. We remove the background, yes. And we go to our title. It's just employee by job level. So we don't have to use total employee. We just have to use employees by job level. Employees by job level. So we have this here, then we have this as centered. Then we go to y-axis and x-axis. For the x-axis, we don't need the title. The title is job level. And for the y-axis, we actually don't need anything from the y-axis. So we remove the value, we close the value. Then for the title as well, we close the title. Then we go to, then from the X, let's try to just change it to white. Before moving from there, we have it as white. Then let's go down to our data label, and we have our data label. Then we go to the value of the data label, and we are going to make it white as well. So that is what we just have to do. We have it at white, and we are actually done with that. You can see level 5 is 69. So that is done by that. Then the next thing we have to do is employee by job role. Employee by job role. Now we pick a job role over here, if I could remember. Yeah, but we need employee by job role. So we are going to use our heat map. So we pick the heat map down here. Then we have it here. We have it here as well. Let's just try to expand it a bit. Then we also have this place here. Then we have our job role. Then we have total employee. You can see that is what we actually want to. Then we don't need the background. We remove it. Then employee by job role. So let's go to the title and we remove the total from there. Then we have employees by job role. Then we turn it white. Then we have it centered. Then we go to our data label, category label. We leave it, data label. We put it on. Then we can see each department that we have. Then you can see job role, total employees 30, 326 for executive. Then we want to see what we have by male and female. So let's put it here. We have, first of all, let's put our male. We have male. And when we write, you can see we have male 194. Then let's pick the female. Let's pick the female, and let's put it here. We have the female, you can see. We have male, then we have female. This is actually wonderful. Then the next thing we want to create is we want to create total employee by overtime. We want to see how many employee did overtime, how many employee did not did overtime. So we are going to pick this as well. We are going to use our cluster column charts, and we are going to have it here. We put it here. Then we are going to just name it. Then we are going to pick our total employee as usual, because this is a child data, so you have to be about employee. So the next thing we are going to pick overtime. We want to see overtime. This is overtime. So we are going to background, we remove the background. Yeah, so we have that. Then we have our total. Let's remove total from there. And let's have our employee. Employees by overtime. So those people that did overtime, I want to see. Then we have turn it to white. Then we center it. Then let's go to y-axis, and for the y-axis, we actually need a value, but we don't need a title. So we turn it to white. And for the x-axis, we don't need anything about the x-axis, but the value and both the title. So it's removed. So we'll have our data label. Then we go to position. Then we are going to make it outside hand. Then we are going to turn it to white. So we want to see, let's say something. We have overtime. No. 1050 did not do overtime. Overtime, yes. People that did overtime, 416. Then what are the percentage of male and female that did overtime? So we want to see by male. Percentage of male that did overtime, we have people that said no, men, 646. The people that did overtime out of male, we have 236. Then let's see the female. The female, we have it here. Then we can actually see. Then we have female 180. So we have more of male that did overtime than female. So that is actually good. Then let's try to save our work. Please, if you find this video useful, if you find this video useful in any ways, please subscribe, please share, please comment, please like. This will encourage someone like me to keep on doing more videos, and at least for people also to learn from it. So thank you for doing that. Please subscribe, please like, and please also comment. And thanks for doing that. So we are going to, before we move on, I was thinking probably we should just move this down a bit. Okay, we can just leave that. I will do that back later because I want everything to rhyme together. Probably we can just do it now. Let me see what we have there. Is it possible? If it is not possible, then we click out. Then we have this back. Yeah, let's put it back. This can actually be done later. I will work on it. So let me put this one here. So we have this as the, so the next thing we want to do is we want to create a job satisfaction. How many, what are the level that are satisfied by their job? What are the level of people that we are not really satisfied by their job? And when we come to job satisfaction, we can see we have job satisfaction in number, and we just have to have it in text like what we did in the job level, but we are going to use a conditional column. Though what we do now, we go back to our transform. So from the transform, we are going to get our data opened. So we wait for it to open. Then it's open. So we go to add column. Let's go to add column. Then let's go to conditional column. From the conditional column, already we're waiting for the conditional column to open. Then we just have it as job satisfaction. Satisfaction. Then we are going to have if job satisfaction. Let's look for job satisfaction here. If job satisfaction, if it is less than or equal to 2, we make it high. Then we had another clause. If job satisfaction, let's come down here, equal to 3, then we make it medium. Then otherwise we make it low. Then we click OK. And we're waiting for our job satisfaction. So you can see we have high, we have low, we have medium. And where's the job satisfaction? It should be around this side. So we have this as test and number, so we just have to change it to test. Then wait, so everything is right. Then we go to home, close and apply. Then we wait for it to fully load, and we have to visualize our data. Then the next thing we are going to create here, we are going to create average age. So we want to see average age. So let's wait. We are almost done with it. So we have it already. Then we pick our, okay, we pick our cluster column chart. Then we have it here. Then we have it here. Then what do we pick? We have our job satisfaction. Let's look for the job satisfaction that we created. Job satisfaction should be test now. So we have job satisfaction. We have this. Then we have our total employees. Let's go to our total employees. Let's move up and we have our total employees. And let's see. So we have high, low. We remove the background. We have employees. Then we go to title. We have, let's remove this. So we have employees by job satisfaction. Then we turn it to white. Then we centered it. Then we go to the x-axis. So we need our value. We want it to be white. The title, we don't need it. Then for the y-axis, we don't need the value. Then we don't need the title as well already, because already we are having it there. Then we go to our data label. Then we turn it to white, the value. Let's turn it to white. So as you can see, we have people that are satisfied with their job. We have 630, 569, but we want to see the percentage by male and female. I'll probably will use percentage. So we have male, percentage of male. So we can see we have 58% of male, high. Then we have the percentage of female, and we have it here. Then we have, you can see, we have total employee, which is 569, percentage, 58% male, 42% female. That is actually nice. Then the next thing we are going to do is we need our filter by year of service. Then we'll pick this filter here. Then we have this here. Then we have it here as well. Move a bit closer and we draw it down. If possible, we can just leave it away. Then we are going to pick our year of service. I think we created one, and let's see, service year. We have our service here. We are going to, let's remove background first, and let's move down to our slicer settings, and we are going to make it titled. So we have it as title. Then we go to header, and we turn it to year white. Then we move forward again. Let's go to property. Then let's go to advanced option. Let's responsive. Let's off it. Oh, there's something missing. There's something actually missing. We don't have this. So let me put this back here. And let me reduce it. Sorry for not doing that. So I was thinking what would have been the problem. So we have, let's move this out. Let's click up from it. And we have this here. So we move it. Then we reduce it a bit. That is exactly what we want to do. So we can just close this. Then we can as well just come down here to what is happening. Then we have our, okay, that is not a problem. We bring this back, we put this back here. Then we have this back here. Then the next thing we are going to do, we are going to create our title. So we can collapse this. Let's wait. So still, we are having this at the back. Then I'm going to, okay, let me just leave this here. And let me have this at the top. Let me see if I'm having it the right way. Then let me put it back here. Then I'm going to format. Then I will bring this, send this backward. Let me see. Let me send this backward and see. So that is how we just have to do. And I just have to make it somehow big a bit. Somehow big a bit. And let me see. I don't want it to be over bigger than that. So we have our filter, our slicer. So everything should work perfectly now. So let's come back here. So we have our service here, but still I'm not satisfied with what I'm having. I still want to move this down a bit. So already we have this. Then we are going to have our title, and we go to home. From home, then we have our title here. Oh, we have something to create. That is not a problem. Then we have HR data analysis. We have HR data analysis. Then we have this centered. Then the next thing we have is we have this turned to white. Then we increase to like 18. Let's see. And we can just make it long. Then we go to format. Let's go to format. And let's go to background. And let's remove the background. So let's put this back here. So we are done with that. So we can just move. And let's bring it down here. So we have this. So we have this. We have this reduced. We have this here. So we click out of it. And let's see. So we are done with that. So the next thing is, we have something to do here. I forgot to do it. Then we go to format. Then we go to value. Then we turn it to white. Then we have white. And then we are having these two somehow too big. So I'm going to reduce some things. Let me have it 0 here. Good. Then we can just close this. Then the last thing I'm going to have is I'm going to pick something from here. If I should click on that, it will surely replace that. So I'm going to click out. I'm going to click out. And also I'm going to click out from here. Then I'm going to make sure that I'm not clicking anywhere. Then I will come to build. Then I'm going to pick a card. Then I'm going to H. So you can see we are having 54,000. I will come down here. I will right click and change it to average. Average. And we can as well use median, but I'm using average. So let's wait. Average of age, so we have 36, but I don't want it in percentage. So I'm going to bring this down here. That is the average age. Then I'm going to format, 3 dots, go to format, and we go to, we don't want this. Then we turn this on to, turn on the title. Then we have the average age. We just have it as average, sorry. We have average age. Then we turn it to white. And let's go to the background. Let's remove the background. And let's go to, then we call out value. Then first of all, we are going to turn it to this color. Then we are not going to use percentage. I don't actually want it in percentage. Auto, let me put that none. And let me see what we have. Display units, decimal, 0, 37. Exactly what we want to achieve. So we click out. Oh, before we click out, let's center it. Let's go to, let's center it. We've centered it. So we can't put any footer here. So that is what the only thing we couldn't do. Then we have the average age to be that. And we have finally come to the end of this tutorial. HR analysis. So let's click out. And please, if you find this video useful, if you find this video interesting, please subscribe, please like, please comment. So we want to see the year of service. We are just going to check 1 or 2. The year of service. Then we see 1001. Age, average age is 35 years. You can see 63%, 37% high. And when you put it there, you can see percentage. Employees 70, high, 54% male, 46% female, low, 53, 70% male, percentage, 30% female, medium, 48. This is what we actually want to do. You can see job, employee by job role, we have total employee 50, male 34, female 16. This is what we have in the technician, laboratory technician, then research scientist, we have 44, 25, and 19. And you can see year of service, we have total employee 171, 107 male, and 64 female. So we remove. You can play with this as much as you want or as much as you like. And we've finally come to the end of this tutorial. Thank you once again for taking this wonderful ride with me. My name is Peter Analytics. Please click the bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And please, if you find this video interesting, useful, please subscribe, please comment, please like. Thanks for taking this wonderful ride with me. See you once again. Bye.